Hey, hello everyone. Pastor Coates, and I'm so excited today to bring you another Money Talk teaching in our series, The Truth About Tithing. I want to jump right into the topic today that I want to deal with, and here's what it is. Listen to this. The tithe is powerful because it is an expression of the law of first honor. Some people may think, well, the tithe is really no big deal. 10% is not that significant. It's very significant, and the tithe is a very powerful expression because it is the way that we honor God with the law of first honor. And I've mentioned this before, but today in the biblical context, I want to explain it to you. The law of first honor is not a law in the sense that it's a legalism or it's under the law of Moses, but it is a kingdom law, a spiritual law that works in our lives. And here's how I define it. Look at this definition. The law of first honor. When I return the first of everything that God provides for me, it blesses the rest of His best that He has already determined to bring forth into my life. That explains why a lot of people never receive everything that God wants to give them. Everything that God has already designed and desired to give them in their destiny. It doesn't happen because they fail to honor the law of first honor with the first portion, and it cancels out the rest of God's best that He has for them. The law of first honor could be taught from many places in the Bible, but I like the story of Jericho in the book of Joshua. The city of Jericho was to be the first major victory for the children of Israel. It was the first big test, and it was a major city. It was a walled city. It was going to require a huge battle, but here's what God said. God said, I will give you this city. And God gave them a strategy, an incredible strategy for the city of Jericho. But here's what we find in Joshua chapter 6, starting in verse 17. But the city and all that is within it shall be devoted to the Lord for destruction. Only Rahab the prostitute and all who are with her in her house shall live, because she hid the messengers whom I sent. But you keep yourselves from the things devoted to destruction, lest when you have devoted them, you take any of the devoted things and make them of the camp of Israel a thing for destruction and bring trouble upon it. But all the silver and gold and every vessel of bronze and iron are holy to the Lord. They must go into the treasury of the Lord. What God was saying is the first city belongs to the Lord. There will be many more battles. There will be many more victories. There will be a lot more plunder. There will be silver and gold. There will be things from a lot of other battles that will be a blessing to the nation of Israel. But not Jericho. It's the first. And as the law of first honor would require, it must be totally devoted to the Lord. But you know the story. Israel failed to honor this divine law. In fact, a gentleman by the name of Achan took 3 things from Jericho and he hid them. He took 200 shekels of silver, 50 shekels of gold, and a designer Babylonian robe, and he hid it under the sand in his tent. And you know the story. The next battle was Ai, and Israel suffered a tremendous defeat. And when Joshua sought the Lord for the reason of the defeat at Ai, it was exposed that Achan had dishonored God's law of first honor, and it canceled out everything else that God wanted to bring into his life. So this is a powerful biblical principle because it is a demonstration in our lives of how our tithe honors this kingdom law, the law of first honor, and what that does is it sanctifies the rest of everything else that God wants to bring into my life. When I give Him the first, He continues to give me the rest of His best in my life. I pray that you're continuing to learn from these teachings. God bless you today is my prayer.